Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're talking about a really cool tool that acts as a bridge between the ease of cloud AI and the privacy of running things right on your own machine. Let's get into local AI. All right, let's set the scene, because I know a lot of you have been here. You build this amazing app using a slick API like OpenAI. Everything's working great, but then you check the bill. Oof. Or maybe users start asking, hey, where's my data actually going? And suddenly you feel kind of trapped. So in this explainer, we are going to tackle that exact feeling. We'll start with the problem itself, API lock-in. Then we'll introduce local AI as this super elegant solution. We'll peek under the hood, figure out if it's the right fit for you, and then see where it sits in the whole AI universe. Right, first up, the problem of API lock-in. So what is this lock-in we're talking about? It's that situation where your whole application is so baked into one specific service that the thought of switching just feels impossible. And this dependency, it creates some major headaches. Your code is literally written to speak one language, OpenAI's. So if you want to move to a local model, maybe for privacy, maybe to save a ton of money, you're looking at a huge costly rewrite. You're stuck in this constant balancing act between building cool stuff, your budget, and, not leaking user data. But what if you could just unplug from the cloud without having to tear your whole app down and rebuild it? Well, that's exactly where our solution comes in. Let's talk about local AI. To put it super simply, local AI is this free open source tool that basically pretends to be the OpenAI API. The magic part? It runs completely on your own computer, on your own servers. That means you get total control over everything. And I love this analogy. It's just perfect. Trying to rewrite your app for a different model is like deciding to do a full gut renovation on your house. It's messy, it's expensive, it takes forever. But using LocalAI, that's more like installing new solar panels that are designed to plug right into your existing system. You're changing your power source, but all your lights and appliances, they just keep working. So this is the real aha moment. You're probably thinking, okay, that sounds great, but it's got to be complicated to set up, right? And the answer is no. It all comes down to changing a single line of code. And here it is. This is the whole trick. Look at this. Before, your code was pointed at OpenAI's web address. After, you just change that one URL to point to your own machine. That's it. Nothing else changes. All the complex logic you wrote, it all just works. Okay, so how does local AI actually do this? How does it pull off this magic trick? Let's pop the hood and see what's going on inside. It's actually really clever. Local AI just runs a little server that listens for those standard OpenAI requests. It sees a request for, say, a chat completion, and it goes, I know what to do with that. Then it just translates that request into something a local model, like Llama or Mistral, can understand and execute. And it's not just text either. It can handle embeddings, even image generation. It's surprisingly powerful. Now, this all sounds pretty amazing, but like any tool, it's not going to be the perfect solution for everyone. So let's figure out if local AI is actually the right tool for your job. Okay, local AI is an absolute no-brainer if your main goal is to migrate an app you've already built on OpenAI. If you need that specific API compatibility so you don't have to rewrite everything, and if privacy and costs are your top concerns, then yeah, this is for you. On the other hand, look, if you're starting a brand new project from scratch and you're not tied to OpenAI's format, a tool like Llama is probably a simpler way to get started. And obviously, if you don't have a machine to run this on, or you're perfectly happy with the cloud API bills, then hey, stick with what works. And for anyone who wants to just kick the tires, getting started is, well, it's almost laughably easy. For a lot of setups, it's literally one command to run the server with Docker, and another quick command to tell it which model you want it to download and use. That's it. You're up and running. So to really get why local AI is so special, we have to put it in context. How does it actually stack up against the other big names in the local AI world? This table really says it all, doesn't it? Just look at that top row. OpenAI-compatible? Local AI is the only self-hosted tool here with a big yes. Llama is way easier for just playing around for sure. VLLM is what you use when you need insane performance, but it's a beast to set up. Local AI knows exactly what it is. Its purpose is crystal clear. It's the API replacement for migration. So if you're going to remember one thing, remember this. LocalAI is your bridge. It's the bridge that gets you from the cloud back onto your own hardware. It's a drop-in replacement that lets you keep all the code you've already written while giving you back control over your privacy, your data, and your costs. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. Isn't it kind of wild that this huge shift from being totally dependent on a big cloud company to being completely independent can all be unlocked with just one single line of code? Makes you wonder, what else is possible?